In today's episode, we are sharing all the details of the newly renovated Grand Hyatt Scottsdale after a surprise staycation for our anniversary. So listen in. Hi, I'm Rhea.
And I'm Dwayne.
And we are your hosts of the Travel Party of Five podcast, where we share how we travel as a family of five around the world.
We will also share how we use points and miles to travel as affordably as possible and sometimes even completely free.
So if you're wanting to travel more with your family, but you're not sure how, we'd love for you to listen in.
So welcome to our podcast where we hope you learn a thing or two to get you closer to your next trip. Welcome back, friends.
Hello. Welcome back. Happy Monday, if you're listening to this on a Monday. Dwayne surprised me for our anniversary with a staycation at our favorite hotel. So that is what the meat of today's episode is going to be about.
Favorite hotel in Arizona.
In Arizona, yes. Thank you. But before we get into that, there is an elevated offer on a few Southwest cards, actually, that I wanted to make you aware of. And so we're going to talk about that first. So all three Southwest personal cards right now have, I guess, what you could consider an elevated offer. And all three have this, it's the same offer on all three cards. So you can earn a companion pass good through February 28th of 2026, plus 30,000 bonus points when you meet the minimum spend on any one of the three personal cards, which I think are all around $4,000 minimum spend. So you open the card, you meet the minimum spend, and then you would effectively earn a companion pass for a year-ish, plus 30,000 bonus points.
Which basically means buy one ticket, get one free.
Yes, on Southwest. Yep. Now, I don't think that's a super great offer because the regular way you would earn the companion pass, which is by opening up two cards and then earning the companion pass by earning 130,000 Southwest points or miles, whatever. Then you have the companion pass plus you have those 130,000 points to spend on flights. And you'll have it for roughly close to 2 years if you do it
If you time it correctly.
If you time it correctly, thank you. Yes, and we actually have a podcast episode, one of our very first ones, about how we earned two companion passes, one for me, one for Dwayne. So you can go back and listen to that. The method, it's about a year old, but the method is still the same. And so I think that's the better way to go. However, if you have a few trips coming up, you're already planning to fly Southwest, and maybe you don't care about booking them with points, then this is a great way to effectively save some money on those flights that you were already going to book anyways. So I do think it makes sense for people if that is your situation, or if you're planning to travel to a place where Southwest flies.
So wait, you can't use a companion pass if you book on points?
No, you can.
Oh.
I'm just saying you're only going to earn 30,000 points, whereas typically you would earn much more than that. So you're just not going to have a lot of points to use to book flights. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yes, I think if you're already planning to fly Southwest, maybe you have like a kid in competitive sports or something and you have to fly to all these little, random cities for them to do their competitions and whatnot, and you can fly Southwest. This is a great use for that because you essentially would do buy one, get one every time you needed to go. So you just have to keep in mind, does this make sense for my situation? And then evaluate from there. But I did want to make you all aware that is currently an offer that's out there and could be good for some people. Okay, so let's talk about my super fun surprise that I legitimately had no idea about. Okay, so on Thursday of last weekend, our wedding anniversary is February 10th. So on Thursday, which was a few days before the 10th, I came home and Dwayne kept saying, we have to talk about our anniversary. And I thought, okay, I hadn't really given it much thought, quite frankly. That's just what happens when you have busy lives, I think. I said, okay. And so then he says, I booked us a staycation. The kids are going to go to your parents. And again, it's Thursday night. And I thought, okay, oh, that's great. When is it? Thinking it was a few weeks out. And then he said, tomorrow. And I was like, oh. So why don't you share?
Yes, so I had planned a staycation at, like she said, our favorite hotel here. I booked her a nice little spa package. I got some reservations, or I made a few reservations for dinner because I didn't know which restaurant she was going to pick. But yeah, I had planned everything up until that point, dropping kids off, having grandparents watch them. But I did forget one thing, which I was reminded of like a few days before, which is the dog. We recently got a dog, and I completely forgot to set up like a dog sitter for that. But shout out to my nephew. He came through and stayed at our place for a couple of nights so that we could go do that.
Yeah, Dwayne coordinated his nephew to come and stay at our house to watch the dog because he's still a puppy. He can't be boarded yet, actually. We have him scheduled for an interview, as they call it, with the dog boarding place in a couple of weeks, but they require that he be 4 months, and he's not quite there. So Dwayne literally coordinated everything. He scheduled me a massage. He made a couple of different dinner reservations and told me to pick which one I wanted. And it was a really fun little getaway that was totally unexpected, and I really appreciated it. So we're going to share. We've done an episode on the Grand Hyatt Scottsdale before. It used to be the Hyatt Regency Gainey Ranch. We've been going there every summer with our kids for 5 or 6 years at least, right?
Yeah.
We actually fun story, we originally started going there because a long time ago, my sister used to work for a Hyatt in Orlando. And when she came out to visit, she was talking about the Hyatt employee rates, and she had booked a room there. And so did she book us 2 rooms there? And we stayed and she stayed or something like that?
I think it was just one room. We were all just in.
But that was our first introduction to this hotel, and we've been going back every summer since. They generally have pretty good, cheap summer rates because it's so hot here in Phoenix. And they've been undergoing a big renovation, like multi-million-dollar renovation, like I think hundreds of millions of dollars.
Yes.
And when we were there over the summer, the pool part was completed, but the rest of it was not. So there were tarps everywhere, drywall dust.
Construction.
Lots of construction. And so it definitely wasn't, like we were there for the pool and it was summer, so it was fine. But it definitely wasn't like a super relaxing.
Yes, resort. It didn't have a resort feel to it at that point.
Yeah. So the renovation is now done. And we got to explore some parts of the hotel that we don't normally get to explore with kids. And so we did think it was worth another episode. I do know that this hotel is highly anticipated for a lot of people. And so we're going to get into the details. So we checked in on Friday. There were no suites available. Okay, sorry, let me back up. Thursday night, when Dwayne told me he booked this, he did not use points because there was no way for him to use points without me finding out about it. The points live in my account. And so we did pay cash, but I remembered when he said that I had a guest of honor award that was about to expire at the end of February. And so I immediately called and applied the guest of honor award to his reservation so that we could get my globalist benefits on the stay. And so it was pretty easy to do that. As a side note, the guest of honor that I had was actually gifted to me, and we already used it once at the Hyatt Regency Huntington Beach over Labor Day weekend last year. But for some reason, it never disappeared out of my account. I think that just happens sometimes. I'm not sure if it wasn't applied correctly or what, but I still had it. So effectively, we got to use this guest of honor twice. And I had to, because it had been gifted to me, I couldn't gift it to him, but I could call and apply it to his reservation. And so that's what I did. I called the globalist line and they applied it over the phone. And now it is gone from my account. So
yes,
we basically got...
And it was definitely worth it because, like she said, there's a new club lounge.
I don't think I said that yet, but yes, there is. Yes.
Well, yes. After the renovation, there's now a club lounge there, which...
It had just opened, I think, 2 or 3 days.
2 days before we got there.
So we checked in. There were no suites available, no standard suites. I looked on the app, and there were none available. But this was one of the weekends of the Waste Management Open, which is a really big golf tournament here in the Phoenix, Scottsdale area. So it's a very busy time. And I think the hotel was fairly full from it. And I think that's why there were no suites available. So we didn't get upgraded, which was fine. Well, I'm sorry. They did upgrade us to like a better view room, I think. We had a courtyard view, which I don't think was quite what you booked. The room was great. It was a renovated room. It was completely fine. It had a king bed, had a little patio area, nice bathroom. I'm actually going to make an Instagram reel about our weekend. So by the time this episode comes out, that Instagram reel will be live on my Instagram. So if you want to check that out, it is at Travel Party of 5 on Instagram. So come give us a follow. And if you want to see the hotel with your eyeballs instead of just hearing about it, you can check that out. You want to talk about the club? So for Globalist breakfast, it is in the club lounge. Sometimes you'll have an option of being able to order from the restaurant menu or in-room dining or the lounge. And at this hotel, it was only the lounge. But the breakfast was not bad.
Yeah, breakfast wasn't bad. Well, let's back up. So we get there Friday. We put our bags in the room and we
immediately went to the lounge.
Go check it out, which is brand new, really nice. Indoor seating, outdoor seating. They had the like folding doors, so it was the indoor-outdoor feel. They had fancy coffee machines, espresso machines. We got there right before happy hour, which began, I believe, 5 to 7, which is free beer and wine.
Yep.
They had
a lot of appetizers.
Yeah, a lot of finger foods. It was like
there was raw
veggies,
vegetables, like
lox for bagels. Or was that breakfast?
That was breakfast. They had charcuterie, cheeses, salamis, crackers. And then they did have 2 hot dishes. It was like these little artichoke balls.
Oh, yeah. Yep. Fried artichoke
almost
balls.
Like spinach artichoke dip, but in a fried ball form.
Oh, yeah. And shrimp tempura.
That's right. Which was quite good.
It was really good, actually.
And so we made little plates. We had plans to grab dinner at the bar, but we made little plates, had some drinks. And I mean, I was telling Dwayne, this would have been plenty for our kids to eat for dinner. Like they could have eaten a full dinner there.
Yeah. I mean, our oldest wouldn't have been happy, but he would have.
He would have loaded up 10 shrimp tempura on his plate probably. But the food was quite good. They also had... You could order cocktails from the bar, but for a fee. So those were not free. But the beer and the wine was complimentary. And yeah, I think throughout the day they have snacks, juices, sodas.
Yep, that's readily available whenever you're there. Soda, water, juice.
Yep. And so we visited the lounge, then headed over to the bar. We sat at the bar and had dinner.
Which the bar is a completely new thing. It's like right in the center of the lobby, where like live music used to be before the renovation. There was like a stage there. They
still have the stage for live music. It's just moved a little bit.
It's like out in the courtyard.
So if you've been there before, Fridays and Saturdays, they still have live entertainment. And they had it while we were there.
Yeah. I think the bar where it's at now is way better than what it was before.
It was really beautiful. And if you sit on one side of the bar, you can look out at the courtyard and the mountains, and it's a really beautiful view. We didn't sit that way, but it was, As we were sitting at the bar, we were like, we love this hotel so much. Like maybe that was the wine talking a little bit, but like it just really feels like you're on vacation, even though, for us, we're 20 minutes from home. And so that was really nice. They also had a very nice Sancerre, which is like a white wine that's not too dry, but also not sweet. And I really enjoyed that. For dinner, for food, I had a burger. Dwayne ordered wings. We switched halfway through because I liked his wings better and he liked my burger better.
Yeah, which never really happens.
That never happens to us. But he ordered lemon pepper wings and he kept saying, these wings are so salty. And then I tried one and I'm like, oh, no, it's not salty. It's very, very tart. Like it was very sour and lemony, which I love. He's not so much a fan.
No.
So we swapped.
I'm a huge fan of wings though, but these were...
Yeah, so...
But the burger was pretty good.
Yes, and the service was great. The bartender that we had was very nice, so that was great. And then we went back to the lounge because they also do put out some little desserts.
Yeah, from like 6 to 8, I think they do desserts, something like that.
I wouldn't have high expectations for the desserts, but if you just want like a little sweet bite, it was fine.
Yeah.
The first night they had a few different options, and I had a coconut macaroon that was quite good.
And again, they had just opened up, so I'm sure, within some time they're going to up their game a little bit. But yes, it was not too fancy.
I would say the dinner appetizers were the best
Yeah.
part in the lounge specifically. So then we just went to bed because we still had to go to our son's football game on Saturday morning. So we woke up, had breakfast in the club, and again, the breakfast was kind of like your basic club lounge. They had smoked salmon. They didn't have bagels, but they had toast. They had one meat, right? Like bacon or sausage?
It was bacon that day with French toast.
French toast, yes. Yeah. And wasn't there an egg dish?
That was the next day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They have cereal, they have fruit, yogurt, oatmeal, I think.
Again, your coffee, your juices.
Yes. Again, our kids would have been thrilled with the breakfast. Yeah. Like they would have eaten it just fine. And it's a big, if you have globalist status or if you can get a club access award or even book a club access room, then if you're a family, I think it's 100% worth it to save money on food. Then we headed out to football. And I told Dwayne after this, we just went to the field, watched the game, and then left. Said bye to the kids again. And I told Dwayne, my plan for today is to sit by the pool, read my book, and then go to the spa for my appointment. And that's what we did. So this hotel has 2 pools. There's an adult pool, which is fairly small. And then there's what I call the family pool, which is much, much bigger and has
it's huge, actually.
It's huge. There's a big water slide, and there's also a beach area with sand, and that goes into the pool, and it's really great for kids and families. And when we go with our kids, we sit on that side of the pool. For this trip, we went to the adult pool. The adult pool was actually fairly busy, I would say. It was a nice day. February weather in Phoenix can be a little tricky. It can be warm or it can be cold, and there's just no way to know. Fortunately, it was in the 70s, and so it was warm enough to sit by the pool.
And the pool was heated, so.
Yeah. And so we sat by the pool, we ordered lunch, had a drink, I read my book, and it was very peaceful and wonderful and nice to be out in the sun after a few months of cold weather. And then I went to the spa, and what did you do?
I sat by the bar, had some good whiskey, puffed on a cigar, which I never do.
Oh, yeah.
I even had to Google, what's a good cigar for a beginner?
They had is it called a humidor?
Yeah.
We saw it kind of in the lobby-ish area, and Dwayne was kind of joking that he was going to have one, and I said, well, please send me a video. He was like, I'm going to wear my floral button-down shirt and my Cuban hat and
my fedora.
Fedora, yes. I said, please send me a video of you doing that. He did take a video, but he was not dressed the part.
No, I couldn't find a shirt or a hat.
Yeah.
But I enjoyed it.
How long? You said it took you a long time, right?
Yeah, I mean, I puffed on that thing for at least an hour. I mean, not straight, but, it lasted an hour.
Did you feel sick?
No.
Did you inhale it?
No. You're not supposed to inhale cigar.
I know. I mean, I know. I just, what's the appeal?
I don't know, but I was on a little mini vacation and you were at the spa, so that's what I did.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, let's talk about the spa. Well, first of all, do we want to talk about lunch? Because you had something that you really liked for lunch at the pool, and mine was quite good too.
Oh yeah, I had bulgogi fries, which is
Yeah, beef, Korean beef.
Korean beef with kimchi on top of some fries, and it was really, really good.
I also ordered a Caesar salad with chicken, which was also actually surprisingly good. It was like a kale Caesar. I didn't want something heavy going to the spa, you know? It was quite good. So, pool food, delicious. Would recommend.
Yes. Pool drinks, I mean, it's hit or miss with pool drinks.
Dwayne had a pina colada that was so strong. I took one sip and I was like, ugh, no thank you.
It was okay. But
the
best pool drinks though is at the Hyatt Regency in Maui.
Yeah. Yeah,
So
agree.
Go there for the drinks.
You know what? I just saw that, they had the grotto in their pool and it's been under construction as a side note. They've now it's completely walled off. So instead of the grotto, it's just a big wall, which is.
Yes, I saw that they were.
You saw that?
Yep.
The wall did not look nice. Anyways.
It was too expensive to fix. So.
Yeah, well, anyways, okay, we digress. So let me talk about the spa because I've never been to the spa at this property and I had a really, really wonderful time. And I think if I had known what to expect, I actually would have allowed longer time. And when Dwayne made the appointment, originally he had booked a deep tissue massage. I don't love deep tissue just because it hurts. And so I looked at the menu and I ended up swapping that out for a hot stone massage, which was wonderful. So my appointment was at 4:15 and I headed over there around 2:30, thinking that would give me plenty of time to, use all the facilities. And so some of the amenities that they have a steam room that has chromatography. And so there's a light in there that basically changes colors, and outside the door it tells you what each color does for you and your body, and it's supposed to be healing. They have a sauna, which was sadly out of order during my stay. And then they have a cold plunge and a hot tub. This is all in the women's side. I'm sure the men's is similar. And then you can go out into this co-ed area, which is an area between the men's and the women's side. And they have a Celtic mineral pool that you can swim in. They have all these comfy chairs around the pool, and you can also order food and drinks at a cost, obviously. And then they have these comfy couches and chairs with big fireplaces, and the fires were roaring and it was very cozy. And if you had also had an appointment, we could have had lunch there and relaxed. And
just to know, if you get a spa package or anything at the spa, you can use the facilities from when it opens to close.
Yeah. And by literally you just have to book a service, any service, and you can use it for the day. And so I was unaware that they had this big co-ed area and that you could order food and drinks. So I told Dwayne, I said, if I were going to do this over again, I would have both of us have a service and then have us, instead of going to the adult pool, we could have come here. They had alcohol and non-alcoholic drinks and, food. And I would have ordered food and drinks there and enjoyed it, cozied up on one of the couches by the fire. It was really beautiful. The spa was very beautiful. And they have a little relaxation room where you wait for to be called back for your appointment. And they have, tea and infused waters and little snacks in there that you can eat too. And so I did all the things. I did the cold plunge. I did the hot tub. I went in the mineral pool twice, actually. I went in the steam room. I used all the things I could use. And then I did the hot stone massage, which was wonderful, actually. I would 100% do that again. And finished up about 5:15, I think, 5:20. And the spa closes at 6. And they also have showers that you can use. And the showers are wonderful because they have a rain shower, a regular shower head, and then on the wall, like they have 3 shower heads on each side of you. So when you get in the shower, there are 8 shower heads hitting your body. It was crazy. I've never had a shower like that. So that was very nice. So I took a shower. They have blow dryers and stuff. You can dry your hair. I dried my hair and then we went to dinner. But I would 100% come back to that spa. And if you're local to Phoenix, I believe they have some type of locals maybe discount, because I thought I heard the woman on the phone scheduling an appointment talk about that. So I'm going to look into that more. But the spa is called Spa Aviana.
I don't know if locals get it. I bet you it's the community. It's the Gainey Ranch community, I bet. If you,
maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I'm assuming that's how it is. Like,
but I'm considering taking my mom back there for Mother's Day because I think that would be a really nice gift. So it was really, really nice. And I'm going to try to go back this summer too when we go there. It was great. So I would highly recommend the spa. And then for dinner, so Dwayne had made a couple of reservations. One was at Ruth Chris and the other one was at La Zozona, which is inside the hotel and is a new restaurant. And you had a hard time making reservations, right? Because of the golf tournament?
Yes, was on Open Table probably like 8 or 9 days prior. And I couldn't get a reservation between 6 and 8 at any of the nice places around there.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the F? But then I realized it was because it was Super Bowl weekend. It was the Waste Management Open. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So everywhere I went to book, it was like, you know, either eating there at 4:30 or 10 p.m. And it's like, well, not doing that.
Yeah, so I chose La Zozona, one because it was new and I thought it would be fun to check it out, but also it was in the hotel, so I didn't have to rush leaving the spa, and that was important to me because you don't want to get all relaxed and then kill your vibe, you know? So we went to eat at the restaurant. I would say we didn't love the food overall.
I'm going to be honest, like I'll never go back there again.
So in the beginning, they serve you homemade bread. That was good.
Yes, that was great.
It was delicious.
The ambiance, the aesthetics, it's real nice in there. But
they also served us complimentary champagne. That was also very nice. And then we ordered the burrata appetizer, and that was also great. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
After that, it went downhill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fair and say that I ordered a pasta dish that I don't generally enjoy, but the server said it was his favorite, and so I gave it a try. I should have listened to myself. I didn't like it. It's cacio e pepe. I don't love the amount of pepper that is used in that dish generally. It's too much for me. Not spicy wise, but like pepper is so fruity, I just don't like it. And so I ordered that. It wasn't very good to me. Maybe if you like cacio e pepe, maybe you like it. Dwayne ordered the ribeye special.
Because they were out of the porterhouse.
They have a porterhouse that serves 2, and it's pretty expensive. And Dwayne was like, I'm going to order this. That was his plan. But they were out of it, so couldn't do it. But they had a ribeye. It was supposed to come with like a truffle butter. It didn't taste like truffle. It was okay.
It was okay.
And we also ordered some fries and some rapini for the table. Those were fine.
Fries were great.
Oh, and we also ordered a side of scallops. The scallops were good.
Scallops were great, but the presentation of them was...
They were just thrown on a side plate.
Yeah, they were just thrown on a plate.
Sorry. I keep hitting the microphone. Apologies.
Yeah, and those were the best things. And there was only 3 little ones, so I was pretty upset about that. Well, not upset, but disappointed.
So yeah, I would say it was a mixed bag on the dinner. I would go back and I would try something different. Apparently Dwayne would not.
Yeah.
And then again, we headed back to the lounge. We grabbed, they had little cupcakes out for dessert. They were pretty dry, honestly. I took one bite and was like, oh, I'm not eating any more of that. So
I'm sure they were dry the whole time, but I mean, this was right before they closed. And
yeah,
it was like right before 8.
I grabbed a cup of tea from the lounge. That was nice. And then we called it a night and woke up the next day and had to head home. They offered us a late checkout, but we didn't need it because we had a Super Bowl party to go to the next day. We had to do all the grocery shopping and all that. So
We're going to pick up the kids.
yeah. My parents were like, can you please pick up the kids by noon on Sunday? Because I think they knew they were going to be over it by then, and they were. So we did. That's fine. One more note, though, about coffee. So they do have coffee in the lounge, which is free. I drink decaf coffee lately, and both of the beans containers in the lounge said regular, so I don't think that there was any decaf, quite frankly. There is also a, what is it called?
Press coffee.
Thank you. Press coffee in the lobby that you can order. And so we got coffee from there both days. That way I could have a better chance of it being decaf.
Before the renovation, it was a Starbucks, but yeah, now it's a press coffee, which isn't bad.
No, it was good.
I don't know if that's just a Phoenix
It is
chain,
a Phoenix chain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a Phoenix chain. All in all, I think we really enjoyed our stay. There are a couple of other restaurants that you could eat at if you didn't want to go the fancy route at La Zozona. One is called Tiki Taki.
Tiki Taki.
That's not what it's called. It's Tiki Taka or something, right?
Tiki Takla. Tiki.
It's like a tapas, Spanish and
Japanese fusion
restaurant. Yes. They were making like yakitori on the patio one day, and it smelled really good.
Yeah. Sushi.
Yeah, so that is a fun option to try. And then, is there one other restaurant?
Yeah. Mesa Central.
Oh, yeah, Mesa Central. Is that like a buffet?
I mean, in the morning it is, but they don't have one at night. Just order
Just
off the
breakfast
menu. Yeah.
or menu at night. Yeah.
We didn't eat there, but I'm sure it's, decent.
Yeah, we didn't eat there. You have to walk through it, though, to get to the lounge. The lounge is kind of tucked away. So all in all, I think we had a great stay. We are excited to go back in the summer. One thing I found interesting is the regular pool was so empty. And again, February can be hit or miss in Phoenix, but there was almost no one there. And I know that in the summer, every single chair will be full because we've been there in the summer.
Yeah,
and every
I
single
have to
chair is
go
full.
down to the pool early, grab some towels, and set them out.
Yeah.
To save our seats.
Yeah. Yep. So all in all, would absolutely recommend. I definitely think if you have kids and you're coming to the Phoenix area, if you need to stay at a Hyatt, that is the Hyatt you should stay at. It is the best one for families in the Phoenix area, hands down, no question. Yeah. Don't you agree?
Oh, yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
And if your husband out there looking for an idea for an anniversary gift,
Yeah. It was a great time.
Yeah. Look there, book a spa. She'll be happy.
I was thrilled. I loved it. I told Dwayne this might be the best gift you've ever given me. So.
Well, I'm a pretty bad gift giver.
That's not true.
I am. You're a great gift giver, but.
That's not true. I got an espresso machine for Christmas. That was a great gift. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, hopefully that answers any questions if you've been planning a trip to the Scottsdale or Phoenix area. Would 100% recommend this hotel. Get club access if you don't have globalist status. It will save you a ton of money. And if you have additional questions, find us on Instagram at travelparty5 and send me a DM.
Yes, we appreciate you listening.
We will talk to you soon. Bye.
Have a good one.